Welcome to the Electric Current Rundown podcast, episode number 14. And I'm your host, Phil Defiance, and I'll always say that I'm here to encourage the spread of intriguing knowledge that can spark fires in the minds of those seeking inspiration and truly improving the world. And what I'm going to be talking about in this episode includes something I had as a piece of advice to talk about it on a podcast, my own personal journey, just to give you some perspective, my journey in life that brought me here. And then other than that, I'm going to talk about how some comfort foods may be making your stress levels to be worse. So let me get right into it. And really, when it comes to me, it all started around the time that I was 12. I was learning some advanced web technologies in the 90s. And back then I was deciding that I want to get into business one day. And so, you could see my websites, electriccurrentrundown.com, currently electrifyingvideos.com, and planebold.com. And I designed all of them. Didn't even get any help from nobody. That's from years of web design and web coding and graphic design. So, but that's not all of it. There's more to the story than that. But that's that is a part of it, right? You can see it on those websites, what years of that kind of experience has brought me to be able to be capable of. But, either way, so, that was, when I was 12, when I realized I want to get into business. And so, I had some ambitions, even early on in my life. But, I was becoming a teenager, and so I was partying a lot. And, yeah, obviously, I got social skills. That's why I do these videos, because I can talk, I got the gift of gab. But either way, so, I party a lot, and then, during that time, I still, was doing a lot of, experimentation with website technologies, and by the time I was, around 18, I started experimenting with music production. That's when I really started with that, and that's kind of what brought me into the realm of media and understanding how to work with media, and that's a part of why on my Spotify podcasts, unlike my YouTube ones, I actually enhance the audio, because I can't do it on the, going into 2024 today, I can't do it on the videos because YouTube, there's some kind of incompatibility there. But either way, if you hear my podcasts on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or one of the other platforms, you can hear it, that, comparing the audio to the audio on my YouTube versions of my podcast, yeah, on those podcast platforms, my audio sounds better. And that's it's related to those early forays I had when I was around 18 in music production. But okay, so I'm going to continue on that topic in a second. But first, I'm going to go on this quick break. So, on this quick break, I'm going to say everybody likes really good designs, as well as knowing their online order will come quickly. Go to planebold.com to get the designs you desire, and your order will come quick like you expect. And while you wait, while you want quick delivery, you'll have patience for your order, because when it does come, you're going to have the kind of design you'll love. It will make you stand out and people will notice, and you'll love that. Go to planebold.com. That's airplane. That's plane like airplane. Planebold.com. Yes. Okay. So anyway, when it comes to all of that, I started getting into music production around 18, 19 years old, and I worked on that for a few years, and then around 23 or so, I started a website that was what I was hoping to become a competition to Facebook. And I was experimenting with technologies, and it took me 3 years, and then I ended up giving up on it. Because, it just, took too much work, and I realized that, as a one-person team, I just didn't have the ability to do, the full thing. It was taking too much time. So I ended up like really focusing on my work world, which was like going into industry and really just like getting into factories or warehouses. And I did a lot of work in the warehouse industry. And yeah, I mean, that's what I did. But I also went back and forth a little bit into web design and stuff like that, experimenting with it and music production throughout those years. I even experimented with a news website that I was trying to release, but it didn't work out either for similar reasons to why my attempt at creating a competition for Facebook didn't really work out. But I mean, see, this is how life is. It teaches you a lot of lessons. And so, I mean, that's another reason why I thought this story about my own journey would be interesting for people to hear about, because it could really inspire you too. I mean, like, this is how I got here where I am today. It was these kinds of experiences, because it was a lot of experimentation, life lessons learned. And so, I mean, think about your own life. You could compare it to yourself. I mean, obviously you're not going the same journey that I am, but like, just think about where you've been, like where you're going. Like, just think about what you've learned, and then you could expand from there. Have some ambition. I mean, because as you keep trying, next thing you know, you're going to end up like climbing the ladder to success one way or another. And that's exactly what has brought me all the way to this point. I mean, all those types of experiences. I mean, I continued doing more audio editing, like especially during COVID, but then I kind of gave up on that too, due to various reasons. But then, like, I actually, one thing that helped me was self-help books. And one book that I read was to learn from your life mistakes or your failures, and do not view failures as something to be afraid of. Instead, view them as an opportunity to learn from your failures and actually embrace your failures due to that, because the next thing you know, you're going to get even better and improve your strategies. And next thing you know, you get better in life. So, I mean, that's how everybody should be thinking. And that's my advice to you, too. I mean, you should be trying to do that. But either way, okay, so I'm going to switch to another topic in a moment after this quick break. So, on this break, I'm going to say how great it is watching videos that really get at topics that interest you, that are to the point, entertaining and informative, intrigue and excite you, and much more. Watch videos like that at currently electrifying videos on YouTube, Instagram, Snapchat, and a couple others. Yes, but either way, so now, I mean, to finish off this episode, I'm going to talk about what I said at the beginning, on the topic of how some comfort foods may be making your stress levels to be worse. I mean, that's actually funny too. It's ironic because a lot of people think that comfort foods like make your stress level to be better, like chocolate or coffee, and there are others, but actually there have been some studies out there that have shown that although, like, on one extent, like the initial like moment after you eat those kinds of comfort foods, or in the case of coffee, drink it, of course it makes you feel better, but like some advanced studies have also shown that the after effects of comfort foods like that actually end up creating some kind of a chemical reaction in you where it actually creates stress on your mind, which is actually really strange, but actually it's actually a fact. I mean, studies are showing this. So, I mean, isn't that funny? Yeah, it sounds funny, but you know what? I'm going to continue on that topic on the next episode. So this episode is ending right here. Yes, that's another episode of the Electric Current Rundown with me, Phil Defiance, your host. And that's episode number 14. And I'll always say, I'm here to encourage the spread of intriguing knowledge that can spark fires in the minds of those seeking inspiration and truly improving the world. So, till next time, stay tuned and have a good one.